Yeah.
What is up, you beautiful rejects out there? How's it going? Welcome to Rejection and Reflection with yours truly, Gustavo Victor Carr. Today, I have the incomparable legend and icon himself, Frank Gatson. Woo! This is where you insert the applause. Producers, make sure you click that in. Yes, thank you, audience. Okay, you can sit down. Hi, Frank.
What's up, Gus?
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing really well. It's hard not to look at the moon men behind you, but I'm doing well, trying to stay focused on your face after those moon men being up there.
Yeah, I just thought I would take them out the box and just give you a little background. This is
I
my art direction.
I am right, and why you won so many awards for it. I appreciate that so much.
Yeah, they're very special. It's an honor to have like six of them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I think you said something like along lines that you're the most nominated
yeah.
choreographer.
In my humble voice, yes, I'm the most nominated choreographer in MTV history. I have 11 nominations. I think Michael Rooney's behind me with 7 nominations, and I have the most wins, so I have six. I
That's
had seven, but I was for something else. I can't explain it, but anyway,
you have six as of now. That
I
number
have
still
six
can grow.
trophies. Yeah,
And also, in my humble voice, the fact that it's you that have this many, and the one behind you is Michael Rooney, who is my teacher, is
really.
pretty cool. That I got both of you guys on
I
my
hope
team.
I have his numbers right, but I think he's second as far as most nominated. Yeah,
That's awesome. That's
yeah.
incredible.
You can see it in Wikipedia. That's where I saw it. I never knew I had that many nominations.
You were just going
So
down the rabbit hole of just
right. I
Wikipedia
was
one
like,
day.
wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
You know,
I
and
find actually more often than not these days, I'm starting to kind of really embody, with the ego being in check, truly,
right,
genuinely, in my
right.
humble voice, embody the accomplishments that I've been so lucky to have this lifetime. Is that kind of what's been going on with you as well?
Well, I'm proud of you. I'm just so proud of you. What's that movie that you did that you were just so excellent in? It was a cheerleader movie.
Yes, thank you. Bring it on. You had
Well,
to see it because Sandra's in it.
you're not ashamed of that, are you?
No, not at all.
Because it's
It's
amazing how dancers they start acting and then they don't want to be known as a dancer no more. It's like okay, you're a dancer. Go ahead. I'm sorry, but I
no,
thought
no,
it
it's
was
great.
amazing.
That's actually a great point.
Yeah,
Well, because that's how it was back in the day. You know how it used to be. They
yeah, but
pigeonholed you,
it shouldn't have been that way. I,
and it's
I, I was
changed now.
I was always proud of dancing, because I remember um, I had done the 2003 BET Awards with Beyonce, right? And I've been a manager too, and Beyonce at the last minute asked me to go on stage to take this one dancer's place because she said, Frank, you can hold me, and when I go off, I'm scared that dancer might not have me. So she made my old butt go on stage with her for the BET Awards. And Tyrese, I used to manage Tyrese, and he was in the front row or the third row or something. And he was ashamed that his manager was on stage dancing. So it's something about dance that gets a bad thing about it. Dance is amazing. It's serious business. It's like, don't be ashamed of an actor. A triple threat in the 1950s. To sing, dance, and act. I can't sing, but I love dance, and I just want it to be more respected. That's a whole nother conversation we could have. It's amazing how the Oscars don't honor choreographers. The BET Awards don't honor choreographers. The Grammy, they don't understand. They don't honor choreographers. It's like, what is that? Somewhere we're not getting the respect the dance world. So anyway.
I wonder, do you? So you've been in this industry for a minute. Well, I don't want to go because I'll forget. But do you remember? Because, like you said, back in the day, that's how you worked. Like old school days, it was triple threats. Lucille Ball, like everybody that was somebody huge, they
Right.
were triple threats. Then something happened where it was like, let's put dancers on the totem pole and only like compliment and excel actors and singers, and the segregation started to really
I don't.
happen. Do you
I
remember
think you're a baby here. I'm the vampire here. I'm like 105 years old, and you're
that?
like 20, I think. I saw
Mhm.
it happen. I was born in 1958. Okay, and also that's why I became a dancer, because I used to watch the Fred Astaire movies. I used to watch the Gene Kelly movies. I used to see Sid Charisse. I mean, those musicals were brilliant. You ever seen White Christmas? Like Smooth Criminal was inspired by Bandwagon. Uh, West Side Story was incredible, but it's something went wrong where I think the industry just started disrespecting. It could be sexuality. Nobody ever
That's
looked at
exactly
that
what I
way.
was thinking it was actually
Okay,
before you
but
said it.
that shouldn't have affected the girls. Um,
Well,
but
it shouldn't affect anybody, but yeah, totally.
something made them not respect us. But the last thing that I can see is West Side Story, where it was a movie that people just like, wow, this is amazing. And then Bob Fosse stuff like Sweet Charity and stuff like that. But it lost its respect. And also, I have a funny story. When I won my first MTV award, I was at the MTV Awards, and we knew. I think we had heard we won, but they never announced it. So we never got to go on stage to receive the trophy. And so after the show, we were like, "What happened to the MTV Award Best Choreography?" And what happened is they didn't air it, and they never aired it since the year I won. Okay, now they aired it when Janet got it with Anthony Thompson. They aired it with the CNC Music Factory Jamal when he got it. Very late, I think Barry Later got one. I forget the other choreographers, but they got to go on TV and thank their mama. But the year I won, and from that year, that would be year 2000. I forget what year that was. You can check it later. But that year has never been televised ever again on TV. And rumor has it that the agents made MTV staff mad. That's the rumor. And so we as dancers and choreographers, I mean, come on, MTV Awards and videos would not even be as major if it wasn't for dance.
That part.
Yeah.
That
So
part.
it's a lot of and I'm campaigning to get the BET Awards. I think they should definitely have the best choreography category, like the MTV Awards has the best choreography category. So at least MTV has it. Amen to that.
Right.
Yeah.
I love that you're pushing that. I see it and I support that as well. I think it's necessary. I think it's absolutely necessary, especially for everything that BET represents.
Right. But I can ramble and I get a lot of hate because I just think dancers have to be better. Like I just when I go to classes, the choreographers are just trying to show the choreography off. I love the choreographers to teach you. Stop. Do this way. This is this turn. Bring this leg in tighter. Shoulder down, neck long. Whatever. It's something. People are not as qualified as they need to be in the choreography world. That's something. Like I was just watching Paula Abdul's American Music Awards. What she did with this 14 guys. I didn't get that job. I didn't get booked. Carlton and all those people were better. They had more technique than me. And but I sat in the front row and saw that number she did. It was incredible. And I've never seen an award show that has a better opening than Paula Abdul's number when she opened the American Music Awards back in, I don't know, 1999. I forget what year it was. 1997. I forget. I'm really bad with years. But The Way That You Love Me, that's in the camera blocking and the staging and the choreography and the guys dancing like guys. Again, trouble for saying that. What the guys how do guys dance like guys? They dance like guys. There's a masculinity that has to come through when you're a male dancer in an all-male number. But if you want a number where you can be effeminate, you can have that too. So people just be so sensitive about stuff, But I love to dance with tall guys. I hate to dance with short guys because the short guys, they can. I know you all can get to the floor quicker than me, and I hate that, So I was so glad that Beyonce's a tall artist, Brandy's a tall artist. I can dance with girls like that because they're tall, but Christina Milian is a short artist, so I would hire short dancers for her.
Right.
I'm not prejudiced against height. I'm just mad that the short dancers can get to the floor quicker and get back up quicker. That's my problem, Anyway.
No, 100%. It's yeah. There's so many things that come to mind when you say that. Let me regress to the whole people are too sensitive. I completely agree.
Yeah.
I think it's unfair that people are taking out their trauma on the rest of the world and they want to feel comfortable because of their own issues instead of going to therapy and developing themselves so that they can be confident and have a perspective so that they're not triggered by what people say so easily. I think that's a common denominator and problem in this world, and it goes to what you're saying in dance where it's just so accessible because of social media and all these platforms for people to gain this fame so easily. That goes to the psychology of it all too. It's just so easy for everyone to be so easily affected. And like you say, do the work spiritually and mentally, and do the work as a dancer, as a choreographer, as an artist, so that you actually can excel. In terms of class, I love what you said. That one gentleman said on your story yesterday about how he complimented you on what you were saying about the warm up should be so indicative of what the movement's going to be like, because that's the part of the warm up. It's getting your body ready for it. Easy to say when I'm older, that's for sure.
Well, I had an argument with a dancer the other day where they said people don't go to class for the warm up, they go for the combination. I said that makes no sense. So why is it class? The class is to teach you how to do that style of dance or that choreographer style. So they're gonna have to show you what muscles to use or what plies to do or what turns to do, or do you need parallel pirouettes? You need pirouette to be turned out. Like
How
whatever.
old was the person that said that?
Huh?
How old was this person that said that?
Oh, I was gonna say his name too. When he's like, he must be 30 now. Yeah.
Well, that's okay. That's understandable, kind of ish, because he hasn't hit the point where like I wouldn't be able to have this conversation with you back in the past. In my dancing days, I would walk into, say, Tavares Wilson's class when he was halfway done with the combo, and then learn the whole combo, half behind everybody else already, and then be in the last group with him or somebody else. I was quick.
So you were late for the warm up though.
I didn't warm up. But point is now when you get
older,
older,
late for it.
Huh?
You were late for the warm up. You missed the warm up.
All of it completely.
Okay, that's bad.
100%. Nowadays, I'm like, it is so necessary, probably because my body is like, you don't have a choice. You need to warm up. But I'm also the awareness of like why it's important to warm up. First of all, for longevity for your body and for the dancing itself. And two, because it really is a distinctive, well, granted, I had trained and studied for eons before that, of course, but like it's indicative and it's necessary for your body to be ready for that type of movement, especially if you're working on isolations, like you said, of the shoulders or the neck, and that's not your strong point. Great. Right. The beginning of class is to get you ready for that and teach you how to make that aspect of your body stronger. But people are so quick to try to learn these movements. And let's be honest, these kids aren't clean anymore because they're too focused on everything else but the technique and the actual like art form of the choreographer's vision. It's just, it's everything's too easy, I think, these days.
But Gus, I'm trying to understand what the intensives are. The intensives, they have these dance intensives. You ever heard of that?
They've been doing
intensive. So is that supposed to be more of the warm up and more of the class part? But I still see the same thing happening there. Shout out to Anthony Burrell. That's my protege. That's my child. He has a workshop intensive. Now I've been to that intensive, but he teaches. He got him going across the floor. He's got that training. He's this big old tall corn-fed guy. That can jump in the air and intimidate people. And it's just really great to watch his intensive. But then there's some other intensives. Once again, the choreographer says, "Look at my choreographer. Look at my choreography. Like, watch me kill it. Whack, whack, crack." Like that. I'll be like, "Where is the warm up? Stretch this old leg, please." Like, I don't know. And once again, what's great about getting older? I'm 105 now. I think people are gonna start saying, "Don't listen to that old crazy man." Okay, so they're not gonna hate as much as the older. How when you get older, people are like, "Oh, he's just crazy." I'm not crazy. I know dance can make a lot of money. And I know we need more qualified people doing it so we can live happily ever after, like actors.
1,000,000%. And for dance to be respected enough so that, I can embrace the fact that I am a dancer and an actor. Like I do all of it without feeling like the industry is going to pigeonhole me and make me smaller because I am accepting that I'm multi-talented, which they've started to do to people.
But they don't understand it. They do not understand it. It is so refreshing when you see these athletes go on Dancing with the Stars or Kobe Bryant or somebody like that. They'll say, that dance stuff is hard. They'll say that's more athletic than what I do. And it's so great to see them have that revelation, and I agree. I still don't know how to do a good balance. Okay. But yet I understand what a balance is, ballet, I have so much respect for it. And I'm not going to ever be a ballet dancer, but I know the technique used to make me be a better dancer.
100%.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was the technique that made me a better dancer when I started studying as well.
yeah.
Sorry, we're talking about so many amazing things. Like, I'm trying to figure out, like, how could I get into all of them? I knew I was going to have this kind of
Right. Yeah,
conversation with
it's a
you.
lot. It's a
But I
lot.
wanted to touch on the while it's in my mind and fresh, the sexuality component of it, because like you said, when a man's supposed to dance like a man, that it's necessary for that. And when they have the flexibility to do other, then they can have that. But when it's a specific thing, like abide by that rule, essentially, because that's the vision. That's the vision of the art form. And going on to that, it's like when you were like, I think it was a sexuality thing that affected it because let's be honest, we know how the industry is, right? It's a
Right.
game that's played and you have to be in a specific wheelhouse. You there it's a little bit better now, but like if you were open about your sexuality, and most people that are triple threats back then, and it was easy to cover up, you couldn't find out
Yeah,
the
but
truth.
it's a little better if you're white, though.
Well, that too,
Yeah,
100%.
black folks are a little more like against effeminate guys dancing on their show. That's why the hip hop world was really weird when male choreographers came into the room. It was really strange. But I don't care what your sexuality is. Just dance like a man when I need you to dance like a man. I have an audition. I can't name the dancers, but I think it was audition I did for Kelly Rowland years ago. And this guy came in. He had his baseball cap on. He had his baggy jeans on. He had his Timbs on. He danced. He killed the choreography. He killed it. And then somewhere I saw him later that night somewhere, and I was like, wow, that guy's really effeminate. And somebody said, Frank, you just hired him. But I was fine with it, because when it was time to hit it, he hit it, and that goes to show you. But I think a lot of times the reason guys dance so effeminate is because there's nothing but females in the class. Okay, so they see the guy, they don't see enough guys killing it. And it's because if I'm in a class full of guys, I've had all men's class before, you jump higher, you try to do more turns. It's just a different kind of energy. And then the girls want to come in there. I want to go into the guy class, but stay y'all buddy y'all class. There's already a hundred of y'all in there, and it's just something that I just hope I can wake up and make people understand. I got to be tactful with it. I want to make sure basketball players take dance, man. People do not realize that when you see Jordan's image on the sneaker, that's a jete.
Right.
He got his hand in the air and his leg is going out like a jete. He doing jete to the hoop, and just like a
Jatane to
lady,
the basket.
huh?
Jatane to the basket.
Yeah, and his back leg is straight.
Mhm.
Isn't that deep? And he makes $1 billion off that shoe, but he's in a jete position. That's deep to me.
Right. 100%.
I'm sorry. I'm keep me on topic. Sorry.
No, it's great. This is a part of it. This is how it works sometimes, and it's great to have these conversations. Yeah, it's interesting what you said about because I don't really talk about dance on this channel actually much. So this is it's a breath of fresh air.
This is my goal: inspire or retire. This is not my sweatshirt, but I love what it says. You see what it says?
Aspire or retire. That's actually
inspire or retire.
Yeah, and
So
note to everybody, right now Frank is completely blurry on my end and I'm clear on his. We have no idea what the quality of this image of this video is going to be, but I know that you're going to be able to hear us clearly, and that's the most important thing.
I'm clear on my end.
Great. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
I wish I had that blur to make my skin look good.
Yeah. It looks fantastic from here.
Oh, thank you, sir.
All right, we went everywhere, but let's go back in time to let the people that may not know, which is probably a lot of people, to when I was 9 years old and I met you.
That's how long ago it was?
Yes.
Wow.
So
you were 9?
I was 9 years old.
Wow.
So Frank was really good friends with my mom's fiance at the time. They were dorm roommates in Milwaukee, and we had moved to Irvine, my mother and I, when I was 4, and he came to dinner with us in Irvine, right? Catch up with.
but your mother's fiance told me I need to see you. He thought that you
Is
were
that
coming.
what happened?
Yes.
Oh, this whole time I was like, the poor Frank was trying to get away from the industry for a night and have dinner with his dorm roommate and meet his fiance, and then here I'm like, do you want to see me dance?
No, 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 no. It wasn't even that. I swear it was I was really excited to see you because Rick, I said his name, but that's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah,
He just spoke highly. He said, Frank, this little kid is really good. And he knew I was in the business, and so, and me and Rick, we were tight as thieves in college. We were roommates. So we try to open businesses together. We did a lot of great things. So I have a lot of respect for him. So I was excited to meet you.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was amazing. I never studied or was not trained before that. I don't know if you knew that or not, and that's kind of why we
What
were.
routine did you do? Did you do some Janet Jackson
I
routine?
sure did. I did miss you much. Yeah, I think I did like
That's
this or
major
this.
choreography.
Huh?
I She did that. That's I Miss You Much, Anthony Thompson.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
And
knew that.
I did like that little gesture wrong or something like that. And you after I finished, you were like, you showed me it was like it's this, not this. He was like, you were like, but everything else. I was like, cool.
Oh, see, I don't remember all that. That's
Yeah.
great. I need to come interview you when it's time for me to do my doc. So, because you're gonna make the doc because I think that's important because I'm proud of where you went, and I'm proud that I've put a lot of people on,
You did.
choreographers and dancers and stuff
You
like
did.
that. They forget about me, but I wish I would have wrote a contract on every one of y'all mugs.
I don't know who forgot about you, but shame
Well,
on them.
but
I
it's
always
not.
give you credit, and I am eternally grateful
Oh, thank you, sir.
because I owe it all to you to getting me in that door to saying he should audition for my agency, BBA, which is the biggest dance agency in the world at the time. And the rest became history. I auditioned for them. I learned choreography from a person for the first time in my life. They sent me to audition for a commercial right from there for MC Hammer, and I booked it. And then it kept going.
Where's
And
my 10%?
can I get that money back from when I was a kid? Because I could really use all that money from when I was a kid
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah, I understand. Trust me. That's why you shouldn't spend it so fast.
Well, you know what's funny? I think about that all the time because I don't know if it was that I spent it that fast, maybe a little bit of that, but on top of it, I was living in Los Angeles and I was putting every ounce of money that I earned back into myself, my career. I
Okay,
was in the recording studio. I was taking headshots. I was in acting class. I was taking dance. I was investing in myself
that's
the
great.
whole time.
That's great.
So, I don't, that's when you just go, look, I'm doing my best. I'm still here. I'm still thriving. I'm still on my way. My story
But
is not over by any means, but
so is this supposed to be a teaching moment? This is a teaching moment, okay?
yes,
Like
it is. This is about rejection and
if
reflection.
I could go back in time with all the great money I made, I'm glad I bought a home in LA. That was a great investment. But I wish I would have never bought a Mercedes. I would have never bought an Escalade. I bought a Maserati. I had a Suburban. I would have got me a Altima and saved all that money because all I needed to get is the A to B. I had a Jeep Wrangler that's worth money now. I shouldn't have gotten rid of it, but that was my first car, and I got the Jeep Wrangler because I felt like, okay, I can drive this up to any red carpet.
So that's literally, but that's what it is.
You
You
know,
literally, it's that LA thing that it's like, that's so LA. Yeah, it is. It's literally a part of it. Like, I remember when I had a Corolla at one point, I was so
hey
embarrassed.
Corolla,
I was so embarrassed because I couldn't drive up
no,
to these places
get
and
that.
fulfill that image, which is like fake it till you make it, figure out how to get the money and make the money, or else you're never
No,
gonna make
that
it.
I would have got a Corolla too if I could go back. If they could take me back right now, I'll get a Corolla. It doesn't matter. Get you property, okay?
Yes.
Dancers made a lot of. I know dancers who made buku bucks and they have nothing to show for it. Like
Yeah.
especially those kids that did Fame for years. Remember that show Fame?
Mm-hmm.
Now I was a jack of all trades. I went from creative directing. I managed a group. I did all kind of things. I managed Tyrese. He got mad because I danced with Beyonce on stage. We flitted ways. He loves me dearly to this day. So I was just somebody always doing other things, but still, that Maserati was too much money. That's $120,000 car. Why?
Well, to be fair, you probably thought that like you would. I
It
mean, and
was
you did.
stupid. It was
Yeah,
stupid.
yeah. I mean, if you're not
Okay.
making like the billions and millions, it is pretty stupid.
Yes.
Billions, really. Yeah.
For what?
Well, to be fair, you
Well,
can
you know
say
what
you
I
did it.
got?
At this
You know
point.
what I
You can
got
say you,
now? I
but you.
got two minivans. And you know why I got them?
Is
I
that
was
smart?
watching Born Identity, Jason Bourne. I said, well, that's so cool. They got minivans. And in the minivans, they have more space. It's just brilliant to me. You get in there more easy. It's amazing.
No, yeah, no. It's smart, like you said. It's definitely smart.
But
All right.
that's message dancers.
And especially nowadays, because these dancers are really able to make a killing with the way that it's opened up. The platforms that are available to like create a revenue and an income.
But a lot of dancers have it bad from what I can see, especially after this COVID thing. Okay. Like those checks are not like they were when we had industrials. Did you ever do an industrial?
All the time.
Didn't you love those?
When I was a kid, it was my favorite. I was traveling around the country and performing all the time and making great money
Yeah.
and
So
taking my
do they have
mom, my
industrials
family with
still?
me. It was an awesome job when I was a kid and as an adult. But
Do they still have industrials?
Frank, these bones do not dance like that anymore.
No, no,
So
no. I'm not saying for you, but are they having industrials?
I don't honestly, I don't
Does
think they do.
Nike still do it? I remember Asics was good money. I did body glove for 4 years. I went all over the world with body glove. I had so many wetsuits. In Thailand. That was shout out to Dinah Perkins for giving me that job. You know,
Shoot, but just dancing in that wetsuit, I'm sure that was really
oh,
warm.
it's great though. You make your body look great though.
100%.
Yeah,
Just
make
cutting
your
it
body
up,
look great.
cutting up.
I had about 10 wetsuits. Never been surfing in my life, but I had those wetsuits. So,
Awesome.
but anyway, I'm sorry. Once again, I'm not staying on topic. Stay on topic, Frank.
That's great. That's great. That means we're in the right space. We're having a great, enjoying our conversation. But so we can get to it, just so people are like, where is the rejection and reflection? So look, if you don't know who Frank is, just Wikipedia him and you'll be like, wow, okay. And everyone watching this probably will be like, oh my God, he has Frank on. I'm like, well, yeah, because he's the one that got me in the business. It's only natural. How has rejection served you as you reflect back on it into being exactly where you are right now and crafting the career that you've had and the person you are?
What do you mean rejection, though? That's a big one for me.
How do you interpret rejection? And do you mean just in a general sense? I mean, in career, was there a moment when you didn't get a job and it was that defining moment where it was like, oh, I got to do this because then I'll get this. And then you shifted that mentality and then you were like, book or whatever that might look like.
I think getting jobs as a dancer was really great once it started happening for me, and I think it's because I was tall, I wasn't quick at picking choreography yet, but I was the right token American black boy,
Fit, good looking, tall.
Oh, I was ugly, but I had height, and that booked me a lot. But when I started being a choreographer or a creative director, I had a lot of haters. I think it's because I told the truth too much. I was brutally honest, and the reason that I was that way is because I played basketball in high school and college. I was decent at it. I wasn't great. So I always liked how my coach pushed me. Does that make sense? And so I took that same theory of like, why do you, I would shout, and it was never personal, but yet, oh, he's crazy, you know, but I love people like Beyonce and Brandy, they wanted to know my opinions. They could take my harshness because they thought it was truthful and they thought that it made them better artists.
And they respected you enough to know that it was out of truth and it wasn't to make them any less. It was to make them greater.
So I get a lot of rejection. People think I'm expensive because I work with big artists, but I'm smart enough to work with artists for where they are in their career. When I managed Tyrese, I won't name the choreographer. We tried to hire this choreographer, and she was $2,500 a day. I said, I've never paid $2,500 a day. We ain't paying that, Tyrese. We got R&B money. We ain't got that much money. So to know that choreographers are making $10,000 a day now, that blows my mind. I've never made $10,000 a day. So I hate that I'm misunderstood with prices. I work for where the choreographer. I work for where the artist is in their career. This type of artist can't pay $2,000 a day. That's new, brand new. But I love this artist, and I know this artist has a lot of potential to be great. That's how I operate. Maybe and I feel like I've had a long career because of that. Because people, when they finally meet me, he's not even really about the money. He's about the art. He's about the he wants it to be great. He doesn't care that he's gotten paid. He doesn't care that he's didn't get, he doesn't pay that he didn't get paid. That's what I want to say. And I really didn't. There's only one person in my career that hasn't paid me, though, and I want to name them. It was a she. And it was stupid years ago. And I remember I went to the video set to get my money. They kicked me off the set. I'm gonna have that in my book.
Yes, you are.
But most places, I've got paid. And maybe not what I was worth. It's just like I did Disney, the Hercules thing. You seen that?
Mm-hmm.
Like I took real dancers and choreographed the real dancers, and then the animators animated my choreography. And it was so brilliant. I made great money, but I feel like I should be making some residual check on that choreography now. Because that Disney money, you can't count it. It's like Hercules from zero to hero, and what? Like it's like, but I didn't know, and I think I booked that without an agent. And that's another thing. I'm pretty sure that agent would have probably tried to get something on the back end, and that's a whole nother thing about agents, why agents didn't like me either, because I said to the agent, if you don't give me the job, I'm not giving you no commission.
It's really that simple, though. It's really that simple.
I had the black connection when I was in Hollywood. I had this like black connection. The black folks didn't know what an agent was, and they were like, "Why you bring your agent in here? We don't know who that is." And so I would be my own agent and get my own 10%, 20%. Like it was really, I have so much to teach, man. It's, and I know I'm right because I lived it. To work with Michael Jackson, to work with Usher, to work with Beyonce, to work with Neo, to work with Toni Braxton, and Toni Braxton's and Beyonce's and Brandy. They're the type of artists that would thank you during the award show. I really respect those ladies for that. They would say, "I like to shout out to my choreographer and the dancers." We will always be so proud. Ooh, look at the artists recognize us, yay! But a lot of people don't understand dance. This is my hashtag. My hashtag. Dance is serious business. We got to understand that, But the way it's going to be more business, we got to have the qualified people holding the torch.
Yeah, and like you said, like people actually acknowledging how important it is. It's blows my mind that an artist wouldn't think to thank the person that helped them be who they are and accomplish the vision that was accomplished for them to even receive the award. It wasn't. I'm sure the record but they didn't make that happen.
I think a lot of artists just don't get it. You know what I mean? Like they just don't get it. They're so busy with all the politics of being an artist.
But and see, a lot of artists, I don't know. The ones that you said respected you and got it, those are the artists, though. Those are artists, and that's why it's so.
Yeah, but that's rare, though.
Far and few between.
But that's rare. Those artists I named. You understand? In Vogue was always gracious. I work with In Vogue to this day.
Yeah. That's a long time.
Oh yeah, 30 years. Love those ladies. And what's so great about them, I like to tell this story. I was just with them like this summer, and it just warmed my heart when it was time for them to go do their sound check. They took their shoes with them, the shoes that they're going to perform in that night. And that was like a pet peeve of mine with artists. Take your shoes to the stage, especially if you don't travel with your own stage. If you have your own stage, you know what the Marley is. You know what the stage feels like. You know what the shoes will do. And I was just so tickled when I saw Terry, Cindy, and Rona grab their shoes to go do sound check. I just thought that just warmed my heart. And like it's so weird to see how people don't hold the microphone the right way. You know,
Yeah.
like it's so great to see the Brandies hold the microphone the right way. The Beyonce holds the microphone the right way. Lucas finally got it. But then Usher sometimes he'll get cool and hold it this way. That mic has to be held the right way so you have the best sound. But people, I got into an argument with somebody about that. They were like, well, we got to do the mic like this because we have some poor sound system. I said, that still ain't going to help the mic be any better by holding the head of the microphone. That's stupid. So it's just like, it's so amazing how so many things in the professional realm of show business is like high school talent shows.
Totally.
Totally. And I'm going to say it. Let me go on record right now with this, since you got an exclusive on me. I hear that Cardi B threw a microphone at somebody.
I saw it.
Okay. Now, the thing that I think that was unacceptable that somebody threw water on her. But your mic is your power. She could have done more harm by keeping that mic. Get that lady. Bring her to me, okay? You don't keep up your microphone. And I understand Cardi for being upset, but your mic is your power, okay? Don't ever, even if somebody comes on stage, you put the mic to their voice, you put the mic to their mouth. Here, sing, okay? Don't give them your microphone. And, God bless her, she's a sweet girl. I've seen her in real life, just very happy. But, but she got in her feelings, but she's got to stay a professional and keep your microphone. Don't throw it. Find a shoe, but not the microphone, okay?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I saw that as well. And I thought to myself, yeah, that's exactly what you said. You just gave your power away.
Yeah.
And it's a shame because to me, that signifies that she doesn't realize how much power she has. And I hope she gets.
I just think it's experience. That's all. Well, if I was in her camp, she would have never gave that microphone away because I would have drilled in her head, don't you ever give anybody your microphone. You understand?
Yeah.
Like you see Beyonce fall down the stairs and still got that microphone, okay? You understand? Like I just noticed when I went to the Renaissance tour, it was so funny, it was so great to see when she's in the air, they have a safety cord on her microphone.
Boom. Boom.
Okay. And also I peeped, because I don't work with Beyonce anymore, but I peeped that in Dubai, they had a spare mic when she went up high in the air. You understand? So if this microphone went out, they had a spare mic right here. That's professional. And you have to think about things like that, and Brandy and I, we talk about stuff like that all the time. Like even the head of the microphones. You ever seen the heads that look really cheap, like this silver and chrome?
Yeah.
I'd be like, screw that head off and make the mic be one color. Put another head on the microphone. It's because this mic is by your mouth for a whole show. You want that mic to be beautiful, just like your teeth you paid for,
Yep. So it's really all those fine details that you're talking about that are.
But I'm a stickler for detail. I love that.
And that's why you've worked with the best, and that's why you continue to be so great, is because you understand. And going back to what you're talking about, dance, the details are the technique. The details are the warm-up. It's all those.
But I'm strange because I even just did Jonathan McReynolds at the Las Vegas Stellar Awards, the 38th annual Stellar Awards, and he just laughed at me because I made such a big deal to get a different color mic head for his microphone for his number, but he got it, okay. And he's like, this guy is really strange, He wants me to take the silver head off and put the black head on, so it's one color. But I saw the number yesterday, and I was so happy to see that part.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, Frank, you are crazy, and so am I. We are. That we just need to embrace it. That's what makes us artists. That's what makes us think the crazy things that we think about changing the mic that some normal person would never think of because they're not that detailed. There's a bit of insanity in all of us, and I think
I don't. That's not the crazy part of me. That's the good stuff. That's the experience. That's the what is missing. Like even someone standing in the wings as an artist is performing. I hate that. You're an eyesore. Get away. If you can see the audience in the wings, they can see you.
Yeah, but you should learn that like when you're a kid.
So it's like all these little pet peeves of mine. Everybody who does what I do should know them. That's not crazy. That's professionalism. Like I remember one time Luke James, I used to manage Luke James. He was at the House of Blues, and there was a white sound man. I'm gonna put it out there. And I overheard the white sound man say, "Oh, that black guy really knows how to use a microphone." And I'll never forget it. So I went over there to him. He says, why did you say that? He says, a lot of these R&B hip hop artists, they don't know how to hold a microphone. So they're making it they're making it be a nightmare for us to mix their show.
Yeah.
And all you got to do is hold the mic to your mouth and you're going to hear the different sound, but yet it looks cool. Okay. Until someone creates a microphone that can do that, it's uncool.
Well, it is uncool because you're literally there for your voice, for your vocals, right? You're not there for a photo shoot to look cool. You are there for your voice. So utilize it. That's what people are paying for, the best quality.
But that's the reason that Beyonce's on that island by herself. She does the work. She shows up. She's humble. She's sweet. Like when I saw that show in Chicago, that show blew my mind.
That's awesome.
I wasn't taping the show with a phone. I was watching it. And I would love to work with Beyonce again. Because I never did a show with 80,000 people. My last show with Beyonce was Mrs. Carter, but it just blew my mind. And then when she spoke to me, it just made me so happy. I have to say that this is another exclusive you're getting. People were like, and then the haters think that me and Beyonce have beef. This is the weirdest thing. My protege is there, Chris Grant. He's keeping that ship together. I trained that child, and I'm happy for him. He's amazing. He's, and she just was surprised that she didn't know I was there. And to all the haters, they brought me into the loading dock. I was 25 feet from the stage, you haters. And also I got to say one more thing to you haters. I was the original Beehive. I met that young lady in 1997 in Moore Landis. I came out of that audition, not the audition, I came out of that rehearsal and I said, I just met the second coming of Michael Jackson. Y'all see it, don't you? Okay, so I don't know why people always try to make something be that is not.
Because they're unhappy. They're reflecting their own happiness, trying to put it somewhere else instead of dealing with their own shit. Real simple.
No, I don't even think it's that. I just think it's that they don't get the right information.
Well, they're not going to see the information either because they want to hear something negative. They're unhappy people, most of them.
Yeah, but I don't even think it's that though, man. I just think it's something wrong with, like, I just saw something before I came. I'm venting now. I just saw something on YouTube, and this hater, they took the shot of Beyonce says, "Is that Frank?" and made it be negative, and they took out the other part of it where she throws me kisses.
Because they're hateful, unhappy people.
Yeah, but how do you do that? Now they're hateful. You can make the world think whatever you want, and back to the positivity. That's why you want a professional show. I can't wait for the world to see what me and Brandy are getting ready to do.
Ooh, I can't wait.
She's ready. That Broadway just made her just be another artist. And it's just, she just needs the right record, and it's going to be out of here because she understands that Broadway is so disciplined. It's what, 8 shows a week? What is it? Yeah, 8 shows a week. Out. Yes. And it warms my heart.
One day off. 2 days, 2 shows a day.
Yeah, it warms my heart when I sit with her and she pushes me to, like, we got to do something really amazing, Frank. And I and then me being back in Milwaukee, I'm here to open a performing arts center, to keep the young people out of trouble. It's so many great things happening in my life. I mean, I'm so glad that I get to talk to someone that I knew at 9 years old, and he's interviewing me, and I just think it's wonderful. When you ask me to do it, there's no way I would say no. Share the light, sparkle brighter. That's how it's got to be. We can't be selfish with this thing that God gives us. We have to give it, okay? And then we're lucky enough to make money at it sometimes. That's what's really beautiful.
That part.
So I'm sorry for being so passionate right now.
Don't you ever be sorry for that.
Correct,
Frank. I wouldn't have had, like, I know we've worked together maybe a handful of times, but other than that, like, even when we're not crossing paths or in each other's, lives, you are always in my spirit and in my heart because I respect you, I see you, and will always be grateful for you. You've given me some of the most amazing. When you brought me on my little short ass not really fitting in, Lose My Breath, and Dancing for Destiny's Child, and Living My Best Life, and doing Soldier, like the kind of choreography that I like. Those are one of my favorite moments.
You
Speaking of
were in
being,
Soldier?
we did Soldier and Lose My Breath medley for the half,
RMAs, the
huh?
Radio Music Awards.
That, and we did it for the halftime of the Chiefs and the Cowboys
No, it
Thanksgiving
wasn't halftime. It was the pregame show, right?
pregame. That one. That's yes, that
Oh, well, you did that too.
sure did. You
Oh,
were kind. I
wow.
think you were kind enough just to direct book me on that and the music video.
Oh, cool. So you did the Lose My Breath music video.
Yep.
So you were in the uppity gang, weren't you?
I'm in the front, on the far left, on the front.
Now, remember how it was two different gangs?
Yes.
It was the
Yes.
uppity
Yes.
girls, and it was the down to earth girls.
Yes.
Which crew were you in?
I don't remember.
I think I would have put you up in an uppity group.
Probably. Seems fitting. Seems fitting.
Yeah, yeah.
But just, I mean, it's just awesome. I'm grateful.
You're very welcome, sir. Okay.
Thank you.
Because you're qualified. I was proud of you. You could work. You could dance. Okay. You probably still can dance. We need to do something age appropriate, me and you, one day. Okay. I'll play an old mayor, and you play
Yes.
a young man. You can still play a young man. Okay. I'll be
Let's
the
do it.
mayor of Oz or something.
Let's do it. Like I still can move. If I'm being really honest, and I'm really grateful for that, because dance is a thing that's never left me. It was kind of the thing that I probably took for granted the most in my life. All these people working really, really hard and to get a job, and I would just come in and not have danced for the whole year and book a job. I mean, it's accumulation of work since I was 9 years old. It was, I guess earned, but it's when you get older, you look back and you're like, yeah, I didn't really probably appreciate it as much as I do now. That's for absolute sure.
Right.
But I can still do it. I'm grateful. I can't jump and hit my legs up here in a second anymore, but I can still do all the other stuff, and it's pretty amazing the way that God really, truly, it was all God given, and I'll never, ever take that for granted. So,
Amen.
But let's get one thing of rejection in while we're here, though. And shout out to Brandy. I love her so much. Her voice. Do you remember when she had the Norwood Foundation?
Yes.
I was in that for like a summer.
Wow.
Yeah, it was really cool. It was really fun. I was just a little young tyke. But is there any type of like memory of being rejected in your life, in anything that really made you who you are today, with the intelligence, the resilience that you have? Like, was there a setback that just propelled you forward of any kind?
I just think that's been my whole life once I began being in charge. Like camps, managers, the handlers, they wanted me out of those camps because they hated how the artists would listen to me. They hated how I wouldn't sugarcoat stuff. I'm learning on how to have better delivery now, especially with being in Milwaukee, trying to do something for the community. It's like I have to be a little more delicate, and that's fine, because that's not the profession. That's life. Church, you have to be diplomatic. High school, you have to be diplomatic. The high school talent show, you have to be diplomatic. But I feel like show business I'm so misunderstood, because one thing about me, if I don't say anything, I don't care. Like people don't understand that analogy. It's like your mom or your dad. Your dad and mother can really get on your case because they love you. They want you to be the best child ever. And I feel like I'm a mom and dad to all these artists that I've worked with. If I'm there, I'm serious about my reputation is to make you the best you can be, and you should be serious about it more than me.
1,000,000%. Yeah, absolutely. Here's the thing, though, Frank. I just, as much as you can go down the rabbit hole of just trying to make sure you say something, and in your circumstances in schools and all that stuff, yeah, there's definitely a certain caliber of language attack for sure. But other than that, like, people are gonna love you or they're gonna hate you, and that's all you can control.
Yeah, but it's so great we're talking. I've never said this to anybody, but I have a new theory. When people act strange toward me, I ask myself, what's wrong? I always want to know what's wrong. I tell all my friends, no, something's wrong. Okay. Did someone die?
Right.
You know,
Right.
do they have a terminal disease? Uh, like it's always something wrong if you care enough to care. You
100%.
know, like I tell people if I go out to the clubs, I'm not fighting nobody. I'm running. I'm not scared. It's stupid to fight. It's stupid that they have that war in Ukraine. It's stupid.
Yeah.
You
Right.
know, we can get passionate about our conversation, but to put your hands on another human being is stupidity. Like I even see parents talking about, well, if they touch my kid, I'm gonna go to jail. Then your kid's gonna be fatherless. Okay, then like no, deal with it the proper way. Find the police or whatever the authorities. Like we got to start being better as human beings. And but yet this human being right now, I'm just not gonna just dislike somebody because they're acting weird toward me. I'm gonna ask why. What's wrong? Okay, I know like right now I'm trying to see if I look all right on here because I'm not as you know handsome as I used to be. You said I was handsome, but I thought, I feel like I can see it saggy. I can see it melty. I got to stay in the gym.
Who
It's
you telling?
that's humbling.
Yeah, it
You
is.
will get old, young people. So that's why you got to take care of yourself. Take some dance classes. Eat right. Live right. Be right.
Million
Be a good
percent.
human being and run from fights. Ain't nothing wrong with being a chicken. Oh, look, Frank's a chicken. So what? I'm alive.
And healthy and fine with all your limbs and brain and everything intact.
Yeah.
Yeah, and well, that's what I meant, Frank. Essentially, like, not everyone's going to love you in it because, in the sense of that, you can't understand why they're acting from the way they're acting, of the consciousness or the trigger or whatever that is that's happening in their life. That's what I mean by that. And there's nothing you can do about that except for, like you said, just avoid and avert, the
But
danger.
but like I said, I love getting older for one reason. I can give back knowledge. Like somebody said to me one day, keep living. We're not mature until we're dead. You know, and I just love. Like sometimes I think I am some kind of warlock or something because I could just feel stuff.
Me too.
I can walk into a room and it's just like I know exactly what's going on in this room. She don't like her, and her don't like but we're gonna build bridges of understanding and get this job done. Okay, it's amazing how many people are so misunderstood. I'm
Yeah.
so misunderstood. I hate that. Talk to Frank. Direct message me. People who direct message me, they ask me for advice sometimes. I get it. If it's right, I get it back. I give it back. Like why not share the light, sparkle brighter? You know what that means?
Yes.
Like you're sharing your light with me right now. I'm sharing my light. We both sparkle. Like that's what I used to love about Janet Jackson and Michael Jackson. You knew they're dancers.
Yeah.
You knew they're choreographers. Back to what I love doing. Like you knew who Lavelle Smith was. You knew who Travis Payne was. You knew who Tina Landon was. You knew who Anthony Thompson was. You knew whoever. The twins, Jimmy Locust. Like that's but so those artists, they shared their light and they sparkled bright. I think that's so corny. They shared their light and they sparkled bright.
I love it. I love it. Put it on a shirt. I'm here for it.
Yeah, I have it on the shirt. That's my hashtag. Go to
Boom.
hashtag share the light, sparkle brighter. I always say that. And I believe that. You cannot do this stuff by yourself. Stop being selfish, dancers and choreographers. If it's meant to be for you, it will be. But don't put no hateration into the game.
Yeah. And well, like you said, you don't know what they're going through. So they may come from a space of lack and they don't know how to share. And where that comes from in their life, where that developed, we don't know. It's not our job. But if you can hear these words, yeah, follow in suit to what he's saying, because it really is to everybody's benefit and yours. And because those people are really concerned with themselves, but they don't realize that they're actually avoiding helping themselves by living in that space.
Right. And I could talk to walk. Or I can walk to talk. Well, how would you say it? How do I say it?
Both. They both make sense to me.
Okay. Jaquel McKnight, Chris Grant, Jamal Sims, Travis Payne, Rosario McCoy, Ashley Everett, Jasmine Harper, Gus. I put people on because I love to share. And I love the fact that these people I put on are talented. I got a longer list, though. I'm going to make a family tree in a minute. You'll be
Yes,
on
you
it.
are.
The Frank Gatson family tree of show business. It's so Todd Sam.
That's amazing. I want one.
Yeah, and it's just I'm not saying that to brag. It's just a fact, and I'm so proud of all my kids. And then my superstar kids. There's Brandy's, there's Usher's, there's Beyonce, there's Tony Braxton, there's Tamar Braxton's. Like it's just so it's people. I am blessed. Leave me alone. I'm trying to do something great still. I want to do movie musicals. Okay, there's no reason that there's no movie musicals. Come on. Like this is a musical right now. I'm getting ready to turn up and go dance to the car and come back and eat some popcorn. Like it's show business is fun and we have to make it fun again, but we got to have qualified people in charge. This is a visual world. Like why is the record company selling audio? They should be selling the dance number. They should be selling the close-up. You should be able to buy the dance number. Okay, I want to buy the dance number. Just like when we were younger, you could buy the acapella, you could buy the instrumental. Like come on. It's just totally. You know what I want to call it? I don't want to call it a visual album. I want to call it a Gatson.
I love that.
Can you understand? Like I'm going to buy me a Gatson. What's a Gatson? I want to go buy the dancers doing Crazy in Love. I want to cut Jay-Z out of it. Oh, I'm gonna just go buy the close up of Jay-Z on it. We're just gonna have a rap show with just him doing it. Like it's like people in charge and not doing what we're supposed to do. The movie world is doing it. I hear that you can change the ending of a movie. Yep. Why can't I edit the dance in the video or edit the dance out of the video? Why can't? Like that's why Single Ladies is so incredible. You saw all that dance number. That's why Thriller is so incredible. You saw all of that dance number. But still, if they sold raw footage of Thriller, Michael's outtakes going down the sidewalk, Michael's moment when he starts to go like that, I would get that. And I would put it on my flat screen TV and like, Frank, where you get that footage? Oh, I bought this thing called a Gatson. It gives you close-ups. It gives you dance numbers. It gives you the leading guy. It gives you the leading girl. It gives you the dove flying in the sky. You can edit it the way you want to. Come on, we're not keeping up with technology, record labels.
Well, that's the thing is that's, the whole industry is like that right now. Everyone keeps acting like they don't have money, but nowadays we can see all the receipts. So we know that they have the potential of doing it. So it's whether they're willing to do it or not, because it's not a money issue. That's all BS. Yeah, and I don't know if I'm going to keep this in because that idea was too brilliant.
No, I'm telling everybody, I'm not afraid of it.
Okay. Yeah. I'm like, I don't want somebody to try to take your shit.
You need to come to me to get it because it's my dream.
Yeah.
I've done 3,000 videos in my life. Yeah. Okay. I got 6 MTV awards. Okay. I'm talking mess now. I've done 5,000 award shows. I know Don Cornelius. I know what a visual is. I teach girls how to stand on the red carpet. I teach guys how to stand on the red carpet. Like everything about me is visual. Like why am I sitting in the middle of this floor in this little room? Because I had to take those trophies out of the box. This is not how I really want it. Okay. It's like I love visual. I just saw a movie last night too on Netflix. It was the weirdest movie. I don't even know the name of it, but I guess you can sell your DNA. If I take some of your DNA, it'll make me younger. And so you can put your DNA on discount or loan or whatever or collateral. And so this one woman, she had to give 40 years to the government, and they just sucked it out of her.
Oh yeah.
I just saw it. It was like that's deep. Okay, and then she wanted it back. So they just suck your youth out of you and give your youth to somebody else. That was deep to me. I was like, well, this is really deep, and I don't want to do that. But I feel like movie people are being geniuses. And I understand the actors for striking. I understand the writers for striking. I don't understand streaming at all. I'm like Snoop, like where's that money going? If these kids streamed 1 billion views, they should be having $1 billion. Okay. But who made up these rules? Like something has to be investigated. And why people so damn greedy? You see, I made money in my life, but I don't need no damn Mercedes. I want a Ford. I want what you had, a Corolla, and
Back
I
in the
can be
day.
fine. I
Yeah,
want to eat right. I want to live right. I want to have fun with my friends. I want to eat good barbecue. I want to create new artists. We could all have money, but everybody with all this money, they just be over. Uh,
do it
it
though.
was
I mean, I
crazy.
think I think you can do with the way that it's all accessible, you can do it all. You can eat right, have a Mercedes, but still be generous and make sure everyone else is well. That's
Okay,
kind of
but you gotta get the Mercedes while it's on sale. There's no reason to have $100,000 car and then have
sure, get it on sale, whatever that
yeah,
is. I'm
no,
just saying
no,
it's all possible.
but I think though, not it's deeper than that. This is my revelation. I want to share with the world. Like, why would you buy a $30,000 Birkin bag? And some of these girls buy Birkin bags and they got cavities. Like, why? What is that bag gonna do for you?
That part. It's not going to fix
And
your
why
house.
would somebody sell it to a human being, a $30,000 bag that maybe it should be $1,000 at the most? It makes no sense.
Yeah.
You ever see that? I don't know if it's true, but you ever see that commercial when they fake a store that's supposed to be a high-end store? I don't know if it's true, and they put Payless shoes in there, but they say it's Palessi.
Right.
Palessi is the name of the place or something.
Let's
And they
see.
charge like $20,000 or $15,000 for shoes that really are only $9.99. Like that's got to say something to us, you know.
Yep.
And there's so many people who need food. There's so many people who need to eat right. Like we got these rich people got to start sharing with these folks. And I want reparations for black folks because my mom and dad them picked cotton. Okay, I'm from slavery. And I'm the first generation to go to college. Like it's so weird how the world is just so strange. I pray for it every day to be better.
Yeah.
And it can start right here with the two of us just by being good human beings, not running, just like, come on. I don't know. I'm sorry for ranting.
I appreciate your rants. I love your rants. I love them so much.
Yeah,
We could talk for hours on end, but since we've hit that hour mark.
Oh wow, no.
I know.
I enjoy talking with you.
Likewise, so much. If you could choose one word right now that you feel like depicts you perfectly in this moment, what would that be?
This moment here?
Right here, right now.
Blessed.
Love it.
Blessed.
I love that. And you are. Yes, you are.
Yeah.
And so are we, thanks to you. Thank you so much.
My mom hated LA, and I moved her to Milwaukee. That's why I'll be back and forth. She didn't hate LA. She just was lonely. She was missing her friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now coming back to Milwaukee, I see that my city needs me too, because I can everything I've taught all these big time artists, I can give that information to my community. Yes. That's what's really, really exciting.
Yes.
And it's no one will believe this because they think I'm full of it. It's the most amazing thing I've ever done in my life. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
I've done a lot of great things,
yep.
But to know that I can change a generation with the information I have and the experiences that I've done, come on.
I think that's what it's all about. That's how can you give back? And to parlay off of that, I know this isn't much for that, but that's why I started this. I was like, if there's anything I can do to help people see themselves or give them any type of insight to just help them in their life, then I feel like everything that I've learned and all the people that I'm bringing in through my experience is then me giving back. And
right.
There's nothing more fulfilling than that, because then we're working all together. And when we all work together, I think we're being the best humans that we can possibly be. Yeah. And that's kind of why we're here. So it's really beautiful.
Just share the light, sparkle brighter.
Sparkle brighter.
Yeah. That's gospel. Think about it. I love sharing my light with you right now. I really do. Make sure I look good. Make sure I'm not illiterate.
You can barely be seen right now. So
correct any of my D's and does. I'm serious about that because people are such haters. I hate that. J Lo. I forgot I've worked with J Lo too. She used to always say, "Frank, don't read the comments."
That part. Seriously,
don't read the comments. Thank you for saying it, J Lo, but I just can't help myself. I want to see what these people be feeling. I can take the truth, but I can't take when you don't understand what you're talking about. I
And
can't.
those people, they don't. And that's why I think it's really smart when Jennifer says that, because as much as you want to understand and see what they're saying and try to figure out where they're coming from and why they might feel that way, all that energy you're putting into that, put it into community, put it into yourself. That's not for you to understand or for you to figure it out. They're going to be that way regardless.
I haven't spoke about Jennifer Lopez. She was amazing to work with. Oh my God, I forgot that. I've done a lot of great things with her. I did her New Year's Eve show in Vegas. She's funny. She's serious about her craft. That trainer comes in there and keep that body together. And I love her. She's a sweetheart. Oh my God. But I guess out of sight, sometimes out of mind. Like I guess because I'm working with Brandy right now, I feel so happy about that. People say, well, Frank don't talk about the other artists he worked with. It's just that you're not working with them right now. Oh, go check my resume. How about that?
Again, don't read the comments. They don't know what they're talking about. They are living in some.
Yeah, but still, you have to have a thick skin to read those comments.
Yeah, you have to have an even thicker skin not to read it, I think, though, and just really be able to let go of that consciousness, because you don't reside in that space. It's not.
Yeah, but I can let go as long as it's the truth. You understand?
But the crazy part is Frank, people literally swear that their truth is truth.
Right.
So that part you're never going to be able to fix, right? That's how it works.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I have to say that.
Jesus. There we go. Look at this full circle moment right there. The student giving back to the teacher just a little bit.
Yeah. I'm humbled by that. I received that completely.
Awesome.
Well, I felt like Oprah saying that just now.
Yeah.
Oh, I got to do Oprah once. Did you ever see that show?
When you did Oprah?
Yes, I was there I had a 40-minute segment. Shout out to Oprah. Hey, Oprah, I really need you to do my gala this year, Oprah. Okay. Yes. December 28th. You're from Milwaukee too.
She is?
Yes, I knew your brother very well. Yes, her mother lived in Milwaukee. And her brother was Jeffrey Lee. I knew him. And Oprah, I need your help with trying to get my center, the IPOC, open, the Intergenerational Performing Arts and Athletics Center. But anyway, I did Oprah. You can find it online. She brought me on to show the men how to be the perfect party guest. So I came on her show to show the men how to dance really cool.
That's
awesome. I had my little yellow turtleneck on, and me and her were matching kind of. She had like an off yellow jumpsuit on. It was probably the best time I've ever had in my life. Oprah is a brilliant person.
That is bucket list right there. That's something I always dreamed of, but I think I'm probably way past that because I don't know if she does that. But the fact that we are all from Milwaukee, all of us, is pretty cool.
You're from Milwaukee?
Yeah, I was born there.
Did I know that?
I think so. That's how my mom was engaged to Rick. They, from when they were in Milwaukee.
Wow, I did not know that. I didn't know that, I think. So you got to come to the gala December 28th.
I know. You invited me last year, and I really wanted to come. Something happened, though, in our family where I couldn't make it.
I'm going to send you something. I don't know if you show footage doing these things, right?
I was actually thinking about starting that. So maybe send it to me, and I can definitely throw it in.
I can see a little highlight of the gala I had December 28th.
I love that. I'll put it at the end.
You would love just for your eyes only, just to see. I'm so proud of it. I'm trying to do a doc film on it right now. We didn't really cover it that well, but we covered it well enough that I can do a highlight thingy on it. And it was people thought they were at the BET Awards here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, at the Performing Arts Center.
I mean, the people that you had there, I would feel that too. It was pretty awesome.
I did my thing with $2.
You sure did.
And, you sure did. I know how to do a show. I say that in my humble voice. I'm blessed to have done some of the best shows in the world, and with some of the best artists, and I know information. I know what good sound is. I know what great lights are. It's always so weird that even with I love haze that's in the light. You know what haze is?
Love it. I love it.
Like I call haze.
The energy it gives off is just it's delectable.
Yeah, I directed a film for Luke James a year and a half ago. It's incredible. And they got so mad because the hazer wasn't working. But I said I wasn't shooting it till the haze machine works. Okay. And it is a brilliant project. He has like a 40-piece orchestra, and Luke is very talented.
Yes.
I'm very proud of him.
Yeah.
He's a dad now. Shout out to Luke James.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's really so proud to see this picture he sent me. He's all proud looking, But
Oh,
that's like my son too. So I guess my tree goes into singers too. Like Tyrese is a son, Brandy's a daughter. You know, there's Luke, there's Trisha Covington, there's June's Diary. A lot of people are wondering what's happening with that female group, but Brianna just had a baby. So we just kind of chilled out. Hopefully we can get that back running because I believe in those young ladies a lot. And also I'm trying to put together a male group in Milwaukee. I don't understand why there's not an incredible black male group, and they can't be your height. I'm playing. That's what a God I am.
no, he's not. He's serious.
I'm playing. No, I'm playing. That's what a God. You can have tall everybody. But I just think it'd be so brilliant that you had a black male group that just when they walk in a room, the whole room stops. Like who the hell are those guys?
I mean, it's been done. When it's been done, it's been done, and it's been done really well. Like when we've had that through history. I mean, I love that, and yeah, it's that. I'm in agreement with you. It's time for that for sure. We
Right.
That's missing right now in the industry. So,
But
Frank,
Asian
you are
people,
very intuitive.
the K-pop people, they're doing it.
Listening to that voice.
Big. Huh?
You are a very intuitive and empathic person. You keep listening to that voice. That's part
No
of why
doubt
you are who you are.
Yeah. I see it in my mind. You ever seen that shot of the Jackson 5 walking toward the camera in silhouette back in the day on the Victory Tour, I think? I see that male group today. And it's just that's their entrance coming down some stairs, walking, silhouetted. Then they get there and they just stand there and everybody go crazy. Can you see it? I see it.
Well, yeah, we're gonna talk after I get off. We get off of this because there's something I need to talk to you about. That means.
Okay. Oh wow.
Okay. All right, Frank. Thank you so much. I'll probably have to have you back on because
Oh, I will do it in a minute. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
And to everybody watching, thank you. You just got to hear some of the wisest words that you could probably ever hear, and I'm so grateful. Until next time. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, and share. But most importantly, go out there today and get rejected, you beautiful rejects. I am Gustavo Victor Carr, and this is Rejection and Reflection. Until next time.